Greetings, viewers. It is I, Joby, and here today, I am changing things up a bit today. First off, my voice. Second off, picking up all my art supplies instead of setting them out. And this is because I wish to show you this case. Now, in this case are all my painted, unpainted, and pre-painted figurines, excluding all the pieces that, well, come in multiple pieces. As of right now, I'm pulling out all the painted figurines, which I have to sift through the unpainted figurines and trying to figure out which I've painted. Now, there's no need to count. There's 26 painted figurines, the wraith being the 26th. Oh, dropped a vulture there. And of course, some of these are very top heavy, the vulture being one of them. Not the pirate, but this man-bat. Yep, fell over. Let me just fix that. Now, these creatures range from large, small, and medium-sized creatures. And of course, I wish to show you this skeleton. Now, this skeleton you see before you is my very first figurine. He's pretty well detailed. He did come with instructions though, but I enjoy how dirty his bones look. The bones look pretty well detailed as well. Now, speaking of skeletons, I'm sure you remember one of these guys. Out of the 3 skeletons, the middle one will definitely be the commander. I wanted him to stand out. So, therefore, he gets purple instead of red. Pretty proud of these guys. And of course, here leads to this single axe skeleton I have painted. His axe looks rusted, his leather looks worn, and his bones are very dirty. I like the detail of this guy. He looks as if he was born from an old castle. Or made. And of course, our last skeleton that I've painted is this guy. He's pretty well detailed. His sword is chipping though, and his face is a bit dark. He does look like a very intimidating skeleton altogether, and I'm proud of him. Enough with the skeletons though. Let's talk about other undead creatures, or ghosts. Now I have these 3. 2 I've painted for you, and the middle one is my most proudest. He was the first one as well. As you can see, all of these are really well detailed and very spooky. If you were ever to encounter one of these guys, I do enjoy the fact that they look like they are rising from the ground. Now to watch over these guys, I have these 2. One is brighter than the other, as you noticed, the one with the lantern. The other one is much darker and has a little skull in his bag. They're both pretty cute, and I like the details of them. I do like adding the purple to them, which adds a little more spooky effect to them. Now I'm sure you remember this guy. He's a ghast. They appear to be pale by skin, and they are undead creatures, so they seek out flesh. So I covered him in red blood and made his hands dirty from digging. Now these 2 are named Mr. Buzzy and Mr. Bones. I tried to capture Mr. Buzzy to look like a real-life vulture, and so you can see how he turned out. Mr. Bones to make him look as terrifying as possible. I do like the darkened purple on his robes. Now, this piece is called a gibbering beast, I believe. I did want it to look a little shadowy, so it's pink with dark colors painted over it. The yellow spots, as you can see, looks like mouths. And it really is an interesting painting I did. Now I have these 2 little goblins. As you can see, they are kind of worn. These were kind of one of my first 2 goblins I painted, and these are years old. So the chip is painted. I will repaint them soon enough, but they looked pretty lifelike. Speaking of chipping, we have this guy. He's one of the first videos I've made on this channel, and he is definitely chipping, as you can see. It's not very hidden. His knee is banged up and his nose, but he'll get fixed. So there's this little guy. I have another one painting, as you can see in the very far background, but let's focus on the other. I enjoy his stitches on the leather brown. And then his eye, claw, and saw is a straight silver. It makes him stand out. This angel is by far the hardest I've painted. And that is due to the skin of her and the wings, without having the yellow overpower her entire body. I do enjoy the bottom stand hover though. It's really beautiful. And then we have this lizard man who is called Ocean Man at the moment. I tried to make him look as lifelike as possible. I enjoy the quiver, bow, and sword of him. They are what stand out on this figurine. Another difficult painting of mine is this pirate. His skin was the issue. I really not well experienced with that stuff, but I'm glad he turned out the way he did. I also enjoy the slight features that he has. I really enjoy the tiny dagger. Here's this large creature I've painted. It's a rhino, of course. One thing I enjoy is his club. It adds a green texture to it, making it look more earthy. I also enjoy the bottom of his feet looking very dark and dirty. And here is a orc, one of the first ones I painted. He is not chipped at all, which I'm surprised. It's been a while since I painted him. He's really well decorated, as you can see. I like the chainmail of his and his bow. Here is my last painted figurine of mine. It is a blue ice troll. I really enjoy every detail that is put into him. His armor, his claws, his fangs, his backside, and his skin. His skin is actually what brings out the most in him. The dark blue with, as you can see, there's a little red overtone in there as well. This is my proudest painting yet.